Strategies to get more clients with a free membership. This is part three. The first part is I'm going to breeze through these. So these are just ideas that you can go ahead and actually research in detail. But the first part is post topics. So you can actually label or pre-create topics for each post and make it a lot easier for people to find something. So if you're covering 5 or 10 different topics as part of what you normally teach or cover in your membership, it's a good idea to create topics around them so people can easily label them so that you can actually see a post and label it for people. So when someone's searching for a topic on, let's say if you're a fitness professional, I don't know, on dumbbells, right? The best dumbbells to buy. So maybe you create a topic called equipment. So it's like a tag. I mean, you might have seen those before or heard of those in different systems, but you could easily, I recommend that everybody use this for sure. I mean, I think it's not everything I'm going to cover is for everyone, but I think that this is one of the ones that definitely I think will not conflict with anything else. So definitely labeling with post topics. The other thing is units. You guys might have seen units. So units is a way to organize post content in a way that's meant to be almost like a course. So if you have like a foundation course or a course that, or maybe the five in the previous series we talked about the path to success. So maybe you have 5 steps to success or 4 steps. It's really not meant for content that's supposed to grow. It's supposed to be, hey, I have maybe 5 modules that I want to put in units, and people kind of say, hey, yeah, I've done. They even have the ability for people to check off and say, I've done them. But you can definitely use them in different ways. You could say, hey, my 5 pillars of training, the 5 topics I normally talked about, I can create them as units and organize the all the posts into the different units, and it just keeps on growing and growing there. I mean, it's not meant for that, but it can definitely be used for that. It's a quick way for people to find things that way. Another way is docs. So you could definitely create you can create docs in pages that used to be known as notes. In fact, when we summarize this training, we're actually going to add it to a doc. So if you're watching this after it's been summarized already and edited, you're probably watching a doc right now. So you could create really a lot of content in those docs. You could also upload files as well, any PDF that you may create. So here's an example of a welcome guide doc. So you create a document and say, hey, if you're brand new to the membership, here's kind of how things work out. Here's you. That's where you could mention, hey, you could search topics. You could look at the unit section. Here's what's kind of available. Here's where you should start. So it's an idea for how to use docs is to create kind of a welcome guide for members here. And so that's one. Another way is to create a training archive document. So if you don't want to use units and you just want to kind of archive training, you could do that. You could break it down that by date and say, hey, this is what we covered. Especially if you're doing ongoing training, like a weekly scheduled live, like we do today, you could definitely do that and organize it that way into a document. That's another way to use those documents as well. File uploads. So yes, you can upload PDFs. That's not a PDF, but I would not recommend uploading anything else in terms of a document. I haven't tried a sound file. That's where it might make sense. If someone's tried a sound file, let us know and comment on this either here live or on the document where this is summarized. But you definitely, if you don't like to use Facebook's tools to create a document, you could just upload a PDF, and that could be pretty much anything. Events, people organize things into events. You could definitely create an ongoing event that you're kind of interacting or dividing content into. So that's one way to do it. It's not very common, but I've seen people do it as well. But anyway, that's the last way that we know of. I don't know if Facebook's working on adding any new ways to organize content, but just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of what that was. And that's pretty much it for today.